Okay, let's get into it. We've got pick band starting here. And
Throwing down the Fiora van.
yeah, I think that makes sense in a lot of ways.
Yeah, putting some respect on Chaffels, helping bail out in the top lane. The Vigar, of course.
It's still gonna be Vigar Brand, right?
I don't know who. What team gave him Brand 2 times? They went 1-1, so. But I still think Brand is strong right now until he gets nerfed, if the nerfs are even. My purple boy, yep,
So
he's gone.
Fiora or Aurelia, just straight up get him off those champs.
Which, I mean, this could be good for Clone, right? I mean, it's going to leave him...
Tristana! Oh, the respect after Tuesday's game. He had one pop-off game on Tuesday. And I guess
so is he getting triple banned right here? Do you think they go Brand to last band?
Could be.
And they are going to hover in the Mundo. So,
okay.
Brand is up. The Brand is up if Aurelius would like to pick it.
Mundo goes where he pleases and gets on base. Is pleased to leave him out of this game. So let's see who Team Bell first picks. And yet they left him up. The Pyro Mage himself. It's still a hover. It's not a select.
Not yet. I would suggest. I think they pick it right.
Okay, it's Brand.
I think Brand is also a flex, right? I don't know if Aztec plays it. He hasn't brought it up to my knowledge. Could also, in theory, be support Brand. But I'd be surprised if we didn't go to Aurelius.
I mean, I think the Jhin goes here, right? You can tell these teams are taking this very seriously, right? If either one of these teams O2s today, it is essentially a death sentence. So these are like the games of the season for these two teams. They really matter. It's very important, and we're taking every second here in draft. And that just goes to show how much pressure is on the line for these guys.
Amumu, a really easy first pick, right? I mean, it's just good team fighting. Looks like they're hovering. Oh, the Caitlyn is locked in. So Inferno's Jhin is still up if he feels comfortable playing it into the current Amumu Caitlyn.
It seems to me like they typically would have gone Jhin, so this seems like they've picked a they picked a comp that will be played into Jhin. You know, like they've intentionally designed
I was just about to say, Thresh is still there. Chestnut's been a monster on it. I think you lock it in right here.
I agree. I think Thresh is a good pick. He's looked really good on it. I'm glad to see it locked in. The Amumu for Boxy, actually pretty interesting, but it should fit in well. And it's kind of I don't know, man. Brand really likes to play close range, semi-close range. Maybe they can just blow the Brand up. I want to see some more team fighting come through.
So Zaya's being covered here for Inferno.
I don't know why you would go Zaya when you've got Jhin, but they're hovering and they will lock in the Zaya here. So we've got a new pick alert in the LCC. Zaya is locked in for Team Bell. Jhin left up and ignored, gone through.
He's making a name for himself, you know. He's saying, all right, Jin's not my only champ. I can pull some other stuff out.
I like this Callista. I don't, you know, I really don't. I don't know.
Zaya, I think Zaya, like say Mumu gets in there, right? She has a way to like disengage with ultimate. So I don't hate it. I just hope he's practiced enough on it.
Yeah.
And then last pick, last pick of first rotation, Wei. I think it's fine into Brand. I still prefer the Brand side of the matchup.
Second side. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. Second side, he played it into your Swain, I'm assuming. This is the Swain you're talking about. So Hui picked here as the counter into Brand. How's that matchup, Hui into Brand? You just kind of stay back, right?
Yeah, Wei's strong just as a champion, but I think Brand is stronger, and I still like Brand, but I'd say it's more of like a skill matchup, right? Like one of them is not significantly better than the other one in lane. Wade just kind of like perfect clears waves after he, you know, gets any amount of item, right? Even before then. But Brand does something similar, so it's a lot of wave clearing, with a lot of like utility in team fights, a lot of damage. So, which one of those is gonna pump out more? We're seeing two support bands, two though. So
yeah, and then those are. He also played Braum in the match into us. So these kind of semi-tanky engaged champs. It does seem to be Gator's bread and butter. He's still got Braum and Rel here in his pool, and they honestly both go pretty well with
Galen.
Yeah, yep. And
So I assume they're gonna leave Chaffle's last pick, right? Counter pick, give him what he wants into Bell. I like the Ornn takeaway from Bell, right?
Lux.
Like
Caitlyn Lux bot lane. That is, I like it. It is exactly that's the type of energy that we need to see from Gets on Base. It's a new look, but it could give them good angles. They're very long range now. I'm not really seeing how Amumu fits into this comp, but I like the 3 picks after Amumu.
Yeah, you don't really have anything that wants to go in with him. But again, he's just CC, right? So like he goes in Lux ult over Tox, Whale go in. So like it's a lot of, I mean, he just has utility with CC.
Right.
And I think I want to see him rush tank and not go Leandries. You don't need the damage.
Yeah, with these 3, definitely.
I think you're hurting yourself.
Up here. Aztec looked really good on Vi in the game into SGI, so Vi selected, and Malphite, they play the big rock.
And I think it makes sense, right? Your Chaffles is gonna pick something to try to pressure lane, and so just give yourself something you could just play back on and be useful in team fight. Like no matter how far you're down, right? You're gonna have an R. You're gonna be able to go in and knock up 3 of those squishies that they have. So I'm interested to see what this last pick's gonna be. What's he gonna pick into Malphite?
There's no hover.
It's
a Kennen angle, and it is the Kennen locked in. So there's the synergy. You've got your Kennen and Amumu topside synergy. Josh called it about 2 seconds before it happened. He can predict the future. Either that or, I don't know, he's in their ear or something. But wow. Gator Kai about to shine the light, says Bassoon. I love it. Let's see it. Going in to game number 1. Let's do it. We are loaded up and on to the Rift. Gets on base on the red side. Team Bell on the blue side. We've got Inferno and Boxy representing their teams with their names. I freaking love that. A couple other players in the league have done that. I think Duck is one for Matt's alt accounts.
So yeah, I thought I would see some kind of like level 1 here, but I guess on base. Did they get spotted? I think he did see. I think a Boxy kind of went wide.
Everybody bought items, right? Yeah, everybody's got items. Okay.
Or maybe not. They need to walk up here. Amumu should walk up. They can get this. They can get him.
Yeah, they don't know, and they see
I
Chestnut.
guess Amumu doesn't.
Oh, there's the root into the follow-up. Chestnut. Oh, the Q missed for Riz, but it still is a first blood.
Blood for Clone.
And Clone's gonna press B. Jason shouldn't let him back here.
A little too far away, I think.
Yeah,
but,
he is gonna back and he gets out. So. Oh, Chaffles has a problem here. So I mean, really nice little look. Gets on base 2-0, says Agateo as soon as that happens.
And we got an amplifying tomb, so nothing too,
I mean, that's a nice start, man. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, so. I'll take the free extra damage at level 1.
All right, so it does look like both junglers are not only going to start bot side, but they're going to start with leashes as well. So your classic silver and gold play. Pretty sure that DK does this now that I say that. So starting with that leash. And it looks like Gator is going to look for an early bind, but it goes into the caster minion. So Inferno and Chestnut. Chestnut, it never feels good to be the one that dies, right? So we'll see if he continues to play aggressive, but he's not autoing the wave here, and I don't think they're going to get the early level 2. Looks like they do not get the early level 2. Actually, Clone with his way.
Really nice trade.
Yeah, really good. This is kind of Clone's one-trick mid-champ. I was a little surprised to watch him get it, and so he's got to make it work. This is probably his best mid-lane champion, so it's as good a situation as he could hope for, given the fact that they intentionally did leave up Brand. Brand is just kind of BS though. That's a lot of damage with the Conflagrate. Aztec, this is spicy. Aztec is here on Boxy. They're both level 3. He's not seen yet. He's gonna hit him with the Q. It's not close enough to steal, but a flash forward, and Boxy has to flash out. He actually bandage tosses back in, and now this could be the Pillar of Flame, and it's a kill over to Sorelius as Team
What a
Bell
mistake going
capitalizes.
back in.
Aztec with the big brain invade, and this is what I was telling you. The Vi into a Mumu, like, it is a true counter pick. Vi is going to be able to have a field day into a Mumu.
And I also think a lot of this, late success from Team Bell has been Aztec kind of getting back to himself. I think earlier this season, he was maybe playing a little worse than, he's known for.
Chaffles,
But,
nice flash from Chaffles.
Yeah, really nice. Aztec's all over the map now. Red buff kill into top lane gank.
Gator with a bind onto Chestnut, and this is actually Inferno and Inferno of Chestnut have actually weathered this storm really well. They've got a CS. I mean, they're up by 1, but they've been able to, hold even here.
Call it a lead.
That's right. That's right. I mean, 1 is 1 ahead, right? It's not, so we take.
Not behind.
Boxy on the counter invade here after seeing the gank topside, so he is at least getting camps back. And
also something about that kill Sorelius gets is he gets blue buff too, which is just so nice for Brand. It's already pretty easy to not go out of mana, but now you don't have to be as cautious as just throwing everything trying to get poked down.
Yeah, Clone hit by another Pillar of Flame here, and he's about to be out of mana, and Sorelius is essentially has a full reserve here, so this could play a large part in the way that this mid lane matchup goes. It was pretty even up until that point, but now Sorelius is roughly 12 CS up, which is 2 full waves already. Oh, a nice hook from Chestnut. He does not miss, and Riz has to flash heal out. The exhaust goes down onto Caitlyn and the cleanse, and so that's 3 summoner spells used for just the hook of Chestnut. What a play from the Thresh, and that is why you pick it. It is a kill lane, so he is able to get out, and Riz will live to see another day, but when this hook is about to come up, they should look for the all-in here. The flash forward, the hook, it lands! Chestnut with a beautiful play, and Gator now has to run as Riz is already in the death realm. Boxy is here, he might be able to capitalize on an overstay, but Aztec with a beautiful hover. Chestnut making big plays here for Team Bell.
And Inferno played both of those really nice too. I think
the bandage toss! Oh, it's a gorgeous roam from Clone. He takes advantage. Sorelius backs and he gets the blasting wand by, but Clone took teleport instead of ghost, and so he's already there. Just gorgeous play.
Interesting flash from Clone there.
Yeah, he went for the flash fear. But yeah, I mean it is Vi, so it's a little cute.
I was just trying to hype up Inferno a little bit. Thought he played that first 2v2 really well, and then just stayed around on the river a little too long. Should have walked back to lane.
Yeah, that does seem to be kind of one of the symptoms of like slightly lower ranked team play. Is you'll work together, you'll finally get a great play, and then you just stay on the map a little too long. And so we've seen that happen time and time again. I won't give him too much of a hard time for it, but it is something that they could improve on a little bit.
It does kind of suck for him that the kill did go over to the Thresh. I really think it was just an aftershock. I think is that what he has? Yeah, I think he got it just like
on accident. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't think it was even an auto. I think it was just where he went in. But really nice hook so far from Chestnut.
Let's talk about where the supports have gone. Gator is staying bot lane in order to continue this double range pressure, and so Inferno is here alone. He does have flash, but he is here alone. And Gator meanwhile Gator's compatriot or counterpart, Chestnut, is topside. Definitely not a compatriot. He's definitely.
I actually just realized Sorelius took Ghost, which I'm kind of surprised about.
Yeah, but, he's trying to be a little bit more aggressive. He will land a nice bit of damage. Lone with no sums. This could be an engage angle. And you can see Inferno's taking a bit. He's standing on a trap. Gator is going to land a bind on top of that, but Riz didn't activate the trap headshot. I think that's one that he'll want back because Inferno would be pretty low here, and this could be a kill angle as they're both level 5 about to hit 6. Another plate here So evening this out. Joe, let's talk about top lane. We haven't actually mentioned top too much.
Yeah, I've looked up here. I've looked up here a couple times. It's just been kind of shoving the wave back and forth. While being down on farm, Bell did have a slight XP advantage. He hit level 7 before, but you know, Falcon's gonna get all that back right here.
Gator with a sidestep. What a play. I think I don't know about you. I would have expected Chaffles to have a larger lead. And I think that he is up 16, but he's only got 47.
Oh,
as
by
there's an
ulting mid
down on
Clone.
Oh, the easiest double R press, and they will take advantage of it as Riz uses his ultimate mid lane to chunk down Aztec and Cerelius. So they will give up a mid lane, but they gain the first dragon in response, and Gets on Base is actually up in gold here, despite being down in kills.
In terms of Chap, I know we a lot started happening, but yeah, you think he'd be up more farm top. I guess he's up like 18 right now, but he's got like 2 full waves.
Yeah, but
if not more, getting ready to crash in.
If you look at like Cerelius mid though, he's down 20 CS.
Yeah.
Cerelius. So they're going to be a little bit behind the curve here in this game. This is a huge wave though, Bell.
Yes, that's insane.
Oh no, and it's a flash
under tower.
Oh, and the slicing maelstrom, and it's enough, and so he's gonna be able to cancel out all of this XP. Bell will be able to teleport back after 12 seconds, but a solo under tower by Chaffles, and it's for the XP lead. I like the angle, and now he's got Proto Bell.
Yeah, I like the angle, but it's hard to dive on Malphite under tower. But I think that was totally worth it, right? You get a kill, you die, but he misses so much experience, so much farm. So like now after that wait,
I'm not a fan of 1-for-1 trades unless it's like that under tower, and that was like 3.5 waves of caster minions. So that was very worth under tower. Giga Chad top coming in from Twa Gaming.
We do have Cerelius' first item completed, which he did go the Rylai's, and then on the other side, Chaffles does have Rocket Belt done. Or Hextech Proto Belt done.
Clone with a nice little grab there. You know, he's showing some decent mastery of this champion. It's just he's laning here into Cerelius, and Cerelius already on that item. The junglers are meeting top as Chestnut lands the hook. He doesn't miss. Clone has to flash out, and the Seer will come through, but they double ulti mid, and so it's a counter. Gator is there at the right time. It's happening topside as well, as there's a flash forward, and Bell is able to capitalize and kill Boxy. So Boxy dies topside as Aztec and Bell win in the 2v2, but then mid, Cerelius slightly overextends, Clone buys the space, and Gator brings the heat.
And I will say, dude, Cerelius, they're walking up there. So, Aztec's looking here for Clone.
Aztec should get this. He's down 2 levels, but this should be... Oh, he's got no flash. He backed up. What is he doing?
I think with no ultimate, he was, just not worried about Boxy was back on the map.
Oh, it's so quick, though.
Honestly,
this is not a good fight for them. This is so bad for them. They need to get out. Chaffles is here. Slicing Maelstrom is up. They will go onto Aztec. The Unstoppable Force into the backline, and Clone might get shredded by himself. Bell just turns it for the 1v2 and does get the solo bolo. Chaffles forces Aztec here under tower. Oh, a beautiful shuriken will secure it. They're just trading back and forth. Boxy fights it out to the death.
On the other side of that fight, Cerelius and Chestnut show back up, and Boxy goes back in, kills Bell, and smites one of the grubs.
Just crazy. At the end of the day, it's 5 grubs for Team Bell, but a good set of kills going over to pretty important members. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, of their 6 kills, 5 of them are.
Even after all that, still up over 1,000 gold, about a 1,500 gold lead. 4 Gets on base.
And they're about to get tower here. This is 12.5 minutes in, and tier 1 is going down first tower. This is what you draft Caitlyn Lux for. It's doing exactly what they want. Gets on base has a clear win condition here. This is what I mean. As soon as they do something right, it's an overstay, and Cerelius is here to try and capitalize on it. He's gonna pop Ghost, and Gator is here to try and answer. The E misses, but the binding is there, and so the follow-up comes through. Boxy, no ulti though. It's on cooldown. As Riz will hit. Inferno drops his 1-for-1 so far, but Sorelius has to be on the run. Boxy and Aztec battling it out front to back. But Clone is now here, so this should be the turnaround. The Spiraling Despair misses. Sorelius, he's what can he do? There's not much. Riz will pick up another, and Clone one just to make sure. And at the end of the day, 9-8, and Gets on Base is happy with the way that went.
Yeah, really nice fight from Gets on Base. Riz just got to go. Riz just walked into the bush and got completely ignored, and then just fucking went on Inferno, dude. Excuse my French. That wasn't an SGI joke.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, now when I say excuse my French, am I talking about you or am I talking about my language? We don't know. Alright, so Clone using his teleport as soon as that fight ends to teleport mid, and now he's sieging the mid lane tower and getting plates. He got 2 plates here for the use of that teleport. Sorelius, an aggressive roam, but countered by the rest of Gets on Base. Gets on Base has got a 4K gold lead here, man. It is looking good for them. Team Bell is going to have to find ways. They want a team fight. They just got a team fight into a very difficult composition. Their setup here, Gets on Base is ready, and so looks like the call is to trade. They're going to give up second Dragon, and they're going to take Herald while it goes down. Sorelius will...
Which, I don't think it's a terrible trade, right? You got 5 grubs, and Red Herald for 2 dragons, so...
I think it's good. They're clearly having trouble sieging and hitting the towers. They lost both of the side lanes, and so they need to find a way to actually hit the towers. Aztec here, Bell left him, so he ends up getting left alone, and so he will go down for it, and it's a kill fed over to Riz on the Caitlyn. They didn't give enough resources topside to take that Herald, so at least he got it, and he did get the eye, but not clean at all from Team Bell. Oh, Chestnut misses his first hook. The Pyroclasm will go down. Gator might burn here. This might be enough to flash out, so he will survive. Nice flash, but it's forced here by Sorelius and Chestnut. All right, Team Bell's got they're far enough behind that they've got bounties, and yeah, it's
The emo from Sorelius after Gator misses the Luxol.
Gator Kai, don't die. I love it. Bassoon hyping his boy up in the chat. We got fans in the chat. I'm here for it.
I'm gonna try to get this mid tower, but Riz is back, gonna clear the wave.
So I don't want to talk down on anybody, but Gets on Base has actually been in this position before, where they've been ahead, and Riz specifically has found himself with nice leads, and then their mid-game fighting just hasn't come together effectively. So just because they have a lead, it's no, like, the team is not down and out. This is very comebackable, and with a Thresh, they're going to be looking for hooks here. Gator is stepping up pretty far. There's no Q here, so it is on cooldown.
Yeah, just waits for Team Bell obviously to get back in this round. They have a Malphite Vi combo with the Thresh and the brand damage, but they need to try to slow the game down. You know, pick their fights more carefully, and get some towers, get some of the standing gold off the map, gold in your pocket. Again, Brand has Rylai's, right? So like his damage isn't there yet. He's got the slow, but he's not doing the damage. He steals the big raptor.
Yeah,
Call that a win.
Steal.
Little wins.
Well, we've got weird lane assignments because Inferno is here matching Chapels. I'm not sure that that's ideal, but that is just the state of the map right now. And Sorelius has not left the mid lane yet, so it's kind of this
it's just sharing
style?
XP a little bit with Chestnut.
Yeah.
Not ideal. They need to try to get him bot. He can match the Kindred. He can go top, and Bell can shift bottom to deal with Chapels.
Bell is here topside trying to cash in on this objective bounty, but Clone comes back. He saves his teleport.
And Bell's got the Hollow Radiance now, so he's feeling fine to this way at the moment. He'd feel okay into Chapels. But how long are we on the next objective?
Yeah, I mean I'm thinking the same thing, right? Like both of these, there's a There's an Amumu and a Thresh, so both of these teams could be looking for picks, but they seem pretty content just to farm it out until the next big team fight. So we'll have to see. It's gonna be next Dragon, and we do have an Ocean Soul, I believe. Oh, Gator Kai lands the bind onto Inferno. He pulls the ulti and the flash out, and so that will secure. Gator hit the. I mean, it was such a high play that my entire just League client disconnected for a reason. So he then pops his ultimate, and alright, we're back. 1822 is where I'm at now. Clone sieging top here. Chapels is here on the roam. They could look for Bell, but Bell is fairly tanky at this point. So they're just going to continue to siege this tower. Okay. Here's mid tower potentially going down. Hopefully they don't use the charge on mid. Oh, Cerelius is in mid. Oh, he missed! Cerelius missed the tower. Wait, he's Tokyo drifting. He's a madman. Oh my god, look at him go. He went so far. The rest of his team, like, I don't think that was ideal, because now it's not going to get the charge off.
See, I was gonna say this happened in the SGI game where I got in the thing and it went past the tower, and I swore the hitbox I hit it. They had to change it because I felt like I hit the tower and I went right past it.
Oh, Gator with another bind! What a shot from Gator and Inferno. There's no flash, there's no ultimate that time. He's deleted off the map. Cerelli is forced to flash out. Bad positioning there. Ends up in the middle of the pit. And so this should be...
Bell is here.
Yeah, they still want to fight this even though they have no Inferno. I don't know. Maybe they're feeling like this is their last shot?
But wait, Clone is
Boxy is going to find him in. This should be just a root over, slicing Maelstrom across the backline as Chestnut and Cerelius just don't exist anymore. It was Unstoppable Force onto Riz, so they do get the shutdown there. But yeah, this is a one team fight for Gets on Base. And they're going to continue to just brawl. Aztec and Bell don't really have anywhere to go.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's Bell now forced to flash out. They just continue this forward, right? Another root will land, and that's 4 dead at the end of the day. Aztec running with his tail between his legs. And Gets on Base, they just clean house in that team fight. Gets on Base showing up today.
Not to, you know, be rude, but Inferno did take a cleanse, and I have yet to see him use it on a Lux Bind. So, maybe use it, since you're not gonna dodge it.
Twa Gaming calling out Gator MVP. I mean, he's hitting them, man. He's hitting these binds.
Dude, yeah, he's making a case for himself this game.
We always give a player of the series. He's putting his name in contention here for sure. Chapels, though, looking good on the Kennen as well. Really decisive flash slicing Maelstrom forward. And, you know, that honestly, just playing, if you're going to play Kennen, I want to see you play aggressive, right? So here's another slicing Maelstrom just to clear the wave and push them off this tower. He protects another tower, so still only 1 tower for Team Bell. Crazy. Nice wards here from Gator as well. Worth mentioning. One of the things we don't get to talk about too often when there's a lot of action. Gator with great ward coverage. We actually toggle over, I believe. Yeah, Team Bell, they can't see much.
As expected.
It's on base, can see quite a bit. Now, I will say that they've got it bot side, but Chestnut here potentially going a bit too far forward. Gator is just going to miss. That would have been a free kill. So these death traps here with the Lux and Hui are there. I mean, they're becoming a very real threat to Team Bell. Joe, what's the angle here? What's the Wombo combo dream angle?
Ideally, I think right now what Chaffles has the bounty. He's not really the one you want to use everything on. But he doesn't have Zanyas yet, and I assume he will go it eventually. And so I think you try to pick on Riz, maybe even Gator too, or on Chaffles with the Malphite ult, follow it up with the damage.
Aztec here
Inferno
finds
and
Riz,
Aurelius, but-
and then he ults Gator, so split attention. The hook from Chestnut just misses, so that's ultimate used from Aztec in the jungle. I didn't hate that look, but he just didn't have the rest of his team there.
Yeah,
so
his team was not close enough. Gotta hold that trigger a little longer, I think.
the mitigators are here in the chat. I love it. And Gator's having a pop-off game, so why not? Baron is up. Gets on base is kind of in charge of the tempo of this game at this point, and they have elected to not take this fight. But Gator lands. Oh, that could have been a final spark angle. Instead, it's used on the wave here.
Brilliant.
And in my opinion, they should be going to Baron, and they should be sieging or finding a death bush in Baron. Some really good wards here.
Yeah, they're ahead. They want to keep. They need to keep accelerating this game, right? Like force Baron, right? I think you win the 5v5 pretty handedly right now.
Oh, that hurt.
Only one member of Team Bell is on 2 items, and every member minus Lux is on 2 items. Gets on base. So yeah, I'd be forcing Baron, force a fight. Looks like they're just waiting for Dragon though to get that soul.
Yeah, so Gets on Base hasn't found themselves this season 25 minutes into the game with a lead, typically. So this is a little bit of a new situation in terms of league play. Of course, these players have played solo queue games and you know, they've won games, but they haven't found many in the league, and so this is a little bit different.
Oh, Aurelius is gonna get collapsed on here.
Aurelius is pretty far out. He might be able to turn it in some way, and he does know that he has to go in. Chaffles, of course, does the right thing and buys time, but there's no teleport for Aurelius, so there's no real way out. But look at his team. They might be able to meet him mid, and Aztec and Inferno might be able to usher their mid laner out as Gator tries to blast cone over. Boxy flash bandage toss, and he hits him with the ultimate, but Aurelius flashes the final spark at the last moment. And so at the end of all that, it's a flash for flash.
They call the great escape, and they get a tower bot lane to get some.
He's not out yet. He's not out yet. Clone is hunting here, and another pillar hits Clone, the artillery mage. What a shot!
Oh man, I think I see a wave ban for game 2 coming in.
Holy! 25.5 minutes in. It's about a 7k gold lead here for Gets on Base. And the brand has looked a little ineffective. I don't think that they picked a Wombo Combo teamfight comp. They picked more of a pick comp with the Thresh and the Vi, and so it's just not synergizing perfectly. And then the range from Gets on Base with Clone, Riz, and Gator, they're really putting it to use here. And just landing bind after bind, poke after poke, and then finally flashing in, flash bandage toss into the Curse of the Sad Mummy. They hunt him down. Dragon fight here, though.
I think you just have to give this. You can go for it, but if you die, you're gonna lose Baron.
Oh, the steal from Aztec, actually fantastic. That is super worth. But Boxy now on the hunt for the rest of them. He does have ultimate. So I'd love to see bandage toss into the ultimate, and Bell and Chestnut both get hit. It's a flash forward bind, and the unstoppable force kabam from Bell, but there's no damage to follow up, and this will be Gets on Base turn to the Baron. They could go to Baron, go to back, and then look for the end.
I think it's fine. You were gonna. I think it's good that you only lost 2 members there, right? They were probably going to get Baron anyways, right? Because they're so far behind. The Dragon Steel is nice. You slow it on that soul point. They're going to get Baron, but you have decent wave clear with Brandon Zaya. But if they go 3 lanes, I think it's going to be hard to try to clear waves in all 3. So if I'm Gets on Base, I would try to go 1-3-1 and force them to leave one of the lanes.
I like how that sounds. I'm just so... I guard.
I think they also can just like 5-man down.
Yeah, I'm so cautious against a 1-3-1. Like I think 1-4 is the way to run a Baron power play in the LCC. If we're just not quite at the macro level of the 1-3-1 in this league yet, we haven't seen it pulled off effectively. So we'll see. This is our first chance to watch. I think this is the first Baron for Gets on Base. I don't know. don't quote me on that. Chaffles is here alone in the side lane, and Aztec and Bell, they're gonna take advantage of this. They force the flash out, and this is kind of what I mean, is the side laners in the Baron place, they just don't really know how to push. Or the vision isn't set up correctly. Riz and Gator are going to get flanked here as Gator has to use Final Spark. The hook will land, and Chestnut, little redemption here is the unstoppable force onto Riz, and this is a really good angle for Team Bell. They need to find damage here. Cerelius needs to get his butt in here. Clone, Boxy, and Chaffles have arrived, and it's all out now for Team Bell as Chestnut and Bell are on the run. That was a good angle for Team Bell. They just couldn't find enough damage when it mattered most.
Yeah, Brand is just a little behind, I would say. Maybe to where he would want to be in terms of damage. And, you know, Chaffle Zanya's, as soon as he gets pressed R on, he just Zanya's and takes essentially no damage from it. He did get one bounce to the Caitlyn.
Look at the
yeah,
Baron damage, though. They get the tower in the face of the Brand wave clear. So definitely happy with, definitely happy with that. I mean, they win the fight and they use their Baron effectively. Chaffles is here slicing Maelstrom into the pillar.
Oh.
Bell is so low, but so is Chaffles. They have to disengage. And so at the end of the day, it wasn't the most effective use of Baron. Team Bell did find a really nice fight that kind of forced them. I think not to lose an inhibitor when it was kind of looking like a game angle. Yeah, it's pretty good. So I think
they lost one tower in a team fight, but they did get some shutdowns in that team fight, I think.
It's starting to look really tough though, because it is 10k gold down now. Oh, Chestnut does not miss as Gator flashes out an Inferno. Instead of the cleanse, he'll just flash it. And he gets away. Clone is here now, and a follow-up hook. He hits another. Chestnut with a banger from downtown. The unstoppable force. Bell onto Riz. Bang! And that's 3 for Team Bell.
And that's the wombo combo, right? The thresh hook. Oh man, Chestnut is gonna find the hooks. And
There's no way.
What a follow-up! What a follow-up!
I mean, 10k gold down. Chestnut. He says, you know, with SGI, he won the ring. He's a champion. He's a championship winning support. Puts the team on his back. Chestnut carry. Some tears in the chat as the mitigators. They're still 10k up. I don't think it's over. They just need to weather this a little bit. It is definitely not over. Clone and Riz are about to come up. Gets on base, still has a huge lead. There's still 9k gold up after that. But that was a great play. And Gator is here again. It's a flash play from Chestnut. And Gator will burn again. Boxy, a 4-man ulti into a 4-man slicing Maelstrom. Chaffle's trying to do what he can, but Cerelius able to free hit from the side. Riz and Clone are finally here. The Pillar of Flame misses, and Inferno will go down, so that's big damage from Team Bell down. Bell drops. Chaffles uses the Zanya. The Pillar is timed just incorrectly, and Clone begins to hunt. Clone and Chaffles want this. Team Bell looking down. Aztec lands the Q. The hook lands. They're going in. Chestnut, they're turning it. Team Bell is starting it. Clone, oh, gets on base. What can they do?
And it... What a fight. It's going to be a second dragon that looks like it should go over to Team Bell here. What a turn from Aztec, Chestnut, and Cerelius. The initial fight looked really good, I think. And the cavalry arrived gets on base and almost just, you know, oh man. That was insane.
Man.
They will not go quietly into the night. Oh,
get a breather here. Wow. Okay. We are in for one. 32 minutes in. Aztec stole the first of their team. This is now their second dragon. So double Ocean Soul for this team. Brand is at 3 full items now. He went Zanya's third item, going a defensive item. So multiple Zanyas in the game. This Zaya, Navori, Kraken, IE, critical mass here for Zaya in the game. And Chestnut He waited until about 30 minutes, but my God, did he show up. We have got a game, ladies and gentlemen. T-Bill versus Gets on Base. Neither of these teams want to go home. One of them has to. They're fighting it out to the nail. Clone is here, lands the flea onto Bell, but Bell is going to be looking for the unstoppable force.
Yeah, Bell's got Hollow Radiance and Panic Root can, like, you know, you're not hurting him too much right now. Especially there's no really magic pin on anybody. Clone went Boots of Lucidity, and so he doesn't even have the magic pin from Boots, and he's about to finish Death Cap. So yeah, Malphite's pretty right now.
I think it's gonna happen in a flash. Watch Chaffles and Boxy on the side of Gets on Base, and on the side of Team Bell, it's gonna be Chestnut and Bell himself, who is what it comes down to. Chaffles,
the namesake.
The namesake, the man. Oh man, the tension is palpable here as we are about to... I think this next team fight could be the one. A big 6k gold lead, but we are hitting huge item breakpoints here. And we're actually buying time, so we might get to see more items come in. Caitlyn is about to finish a 5th item here. That could be huge. And Hui is just back. Hui is on 4 full items compared to Brand's 3.5. What is that emote? Is that a cow emote? That is fire, dude. I love that.
It's the other game, bro. Don't worry about it.
Hell yeah. Alright, Aztec here kind of roaming towards Chaffles. Chaffles level 17. Nobody's level 18 yet in this game. So there is still some leveling up to do. I would love to see Inferno and Aztec hit 16 before our next fight. They're going to look for Chaffles. He has a lot to get him out. The flash forward as the ultimate is used from Aztec, slicing Maelstrom on the way back. Aztec is stunned under tower as my camera goes crazy, and it's a kill in the side lane. So Chaffles, one of the best players for his team, gets caught out and Aztec is pretty low here, but I don't know if they can capitalize on the timing. You know, they will need to back, so maybe they can force an early Baron. Nice play from Team Bell. They're crawling this one back, Joe. They are crawling this one back.
Again, that's what I wanted to see earlier, right? Like looking for some of these picks in the side lane, and just every time they tried earlier, Gets on Base like matched them. So when they went down for Caitlyn Lux, Clone and Boxy were there. But that was a nice pick. You know, gold in your pocket. You know, trying to get Cerelius and this Vi a little more accelerated. Because he's almost done with that Void Staff, and this brain damage is really going to start to hurt. And you saw that in that last team fight.
Yep, absolutely. So 3.5 items here. We do see some item breakpoints come in. Riz able to finish Bloodthirster. Yeah, I saved you guys is what I did. Man, this is tense. You could tell Gets on Base 10k up. They were like, okay, we're probably about 10k up. We're probably, this is in the bag, right? We got this. And then Chestnut,
yeah,
he
like
refused to let his team die.
Fights, and I think now they're questioning, you know, like what can they take?
They still have a big lead, right? Like they should still be able to win these fights. Clone has looked good on the Hui this entire game. But yeah, it's not over yet as a stun will land and Clone potentially too far forward flashes out, burnt to within an inch of his life, and he should just back and teleport back in if you're worried about it. Yeah, just back. Oh my goodness, this is stressful. Ooh. He still has it back here. He's still here, by the way, and so Gets on Base. They will use Lux ultimate in order to wave clear here. Clone does finally escape. But Chestnut, Aztec, and Bell are the engage angle. And pings are down onto Dragon. So both of these teams avoiding Baron, but really nice war coverage. Let's take a look at it from Team Bell. They've gotten some good deep wards in. Namely just that one on the left there. Oh no! Aztec potentially caught out. He's going to be hit by the Gator binding, and they grab him over the wall. So their jungler is down for this fight. Oh. Boxy and Chaffle should want this. The bandage toss will just miss. Cerelius, by the skin of his chinny chin chin, makes it away. And they call it. Oh, this should be the engage. Watch Boxy. Watch Boxy. He needs to hit the bandage toss and go in. Bell is trying to buy time. Inferno actually finds it. Why don't they take the fight? Oh, how do you get out? Oh, he lanterned out. Okay.
Yeah, a little too scared. I think you got the advantage. None of your players were low. really, after that fight with Aztec, and yet you're just so scared of.
Aztec is still dead for
Malphite.
another 12 seconds. This could easily be a Baron angle, and we do see pings in terms of the vision. All of the vision. Look at all those wards littered in the bot side river. There is nothing here topside. They're going to be fighting in pure darkness, and Clone puts damage down, and so it is clear Gets on Base is starting this objective. This could determine the fight as assist pings come out from Cerelius. They're on the base. The hook from Chestnut will miss, and it's being shredded. It does go down over to Gets on Base, and the flash forward, a counter ultimate comes through, and already that is 1-for-1 on each side. Chaffle's forward, but he's within an inch of his life. The feather pull lands, and it's 3-for-3 now. Clone is on the back, though. What can Riz do? He has to flash out. Aztec ults forward. Clone is finding additional damage, but the shutdown from Inferno lands. And at the end of the day, it's a 3-for-2, a scrappy fight. But Gets on Base, gets the Baron, and they get out with 2 members.
What a fight there from Team Bell and Gets on Base. You know, they got the Baron, but you know, Brand didn't get all of his damage down, dropped the R, but Boxy with a nice ultimate, and Clone with the ultimate over top really kind of saves face at the end there, I think. But Inferno got there just in time to help do some damage.
Inferno's really coming up big in these late game fights. They're focusing a lot of damage onto Cerelius to burn him down, and then Inferno is kind of being left to his own devices, and he's finding good pickups here, able to snag Clone and Chaffles in those fights with well-timed QEs, right? The feather pulls. So,
and we're getting to these last items for a couple of these players, and this gold lead is really gonna start not mattering. If it already hasn't, you know, really mattered, because these fights are going either way every time. So we're close to being like an even playing field.
That is true. This next dragon is going to be the 7th dragon of the game, so it's guaranteed Soul Dragon here, and it will just the way. At least I'm pretty sure it still works this way, but because it's been 3 souls, then, well, you know what? I don't even know if it still works like that. I remember it used to be a stronger soul depending on how many dragons you had, but I think that was Elder. I think that was like 4 years ago. I'm gonna shut up.
Okay, Grandpa.
Mid. Yeah.
Bed. Jesus.
So just happening mid as Boxy is posturing here. Aztec is on the flank though, so might be able to find an angle, but they are pretty much ARAM mid. Gets on Base has had enough. They've got their gold lead. They want to shove it, and a nice binding forces the ultimate out early, so Gator putting Gets on Base on the front foot here, and the bandage toss onto Bell. Bell still has Unstoppable. They're all piled up. He could look for the angle. Watch this Malphite. He should press this R button. He hits it, and that's 3 in a row, but it's an immediate bandage toss back, and the curse of the sad mummy as Brand is burnt. And that is 2 down, and Gets on Base now with the advantage. They don't have many ultimates, but they should be able to push forward. The only ultimate left, the Spiraling Despair. Aztec has ulti, Chestnut has ulti. It's the Q4, the hook onto Chaffles, the flay back, but Riz and Clone kite it out. Inferno within an inch of his life. It Gets on Base are gonna take game 1.
What a fight back, but a pretty nice commanding game for at least the first